In this edition of Aston1936.com, I'm actually going to talk about what parts you need to buy to change the PCV valves in your DB9. Hopefully you've already watched this video here on how the system actually works. So this one's going to focus on the actual parts you need to get. So this is the little PCV valve you need to get, but to get it out, you may also buy some of this harness assembly. So over on the bench now, I'm going to show you a little more detail about the particular parts you need to get. So there are a lot of parts that are included in the PCV valve system. And as a newbie, I made a mistake that I'm hoping I can give you some advice and you won't make. I called my Aston dealer and said, yeah, I want to change everything in my PCV system. And they were happy to send me a parts diagram, and I checked off everything and I bought it all. And you don't need to. Some of these parts do not wear out. So what I want to give you is sort of the insider's guide on just the pieces you should get and why. So there's sort of two paths you can follow here. You can either go, I want to do this job the cheapest way possible, and I'm not so worried about maybe having some older hoses and things in the car. Or you can do what I did and buy a couple of selective parts out of this grouping and replace the stuff that's most likely to dry out or get old and cracked. So let's talk about the cheapest way first. All you really need to buy are these positive crankcase ventilation valves. And essentially it's just a small little valve. And once you get yours out, you'll discover it's really a Ford part. And even though when you buy it, it comes in an Aston Martin bag. This is the official Aston Martin part. Costs about $50 if you buy it online, $30 maybe if you contact your dealer and that I recommend in the blog. But it's really a Ford Motocraft part, EV152. You can buy this for 12 bucks on Amazon.com. And all Aston's doing is literally dumping the parts out of the Ford bag into an Aston Martin bag with an Aston Martin sticker on it. So this is definitely a part. If you were going to buy it individually, I would just go get it off Amazon. Check out my blog for the links to that. It's about 12 bucks each. So you need two of these, and you're going to have to cut some hose clamps to get this vacuum harness assembly out. Essentially, you have to snip the clamp that connects this breather pipe and this rubber hose. To get this clamp off, I ended up mangling it. So you can either contact Aston Martin, and for less than $1 each, you can buy these official Oetiker sort of spring clip clamps. But I don't have the special tool to do the squeezing on these. So I went down to the auto parts store and I bought a standard 1-inch Jubilee clip or band clamp that I can just tighten up with a screwdriver or a nut driver. So you'll spend a couple of bucks on the clamps. So if you're just doing it on the absolute cheap, you just need to go out and buy 2 of these and 1 clamp. So for literally about less than 30 bucks, you'll have all the parts you need to do that. So that's option 1. Option 2 is, I was worried about, these parts have been sitting in my engine compartment baking, these rubber hoses, for the last 12 years. I'm in California, it's really hot, and I was worried that this rubber was going to start to deteriorate. So I contacted my dealer when I bought all these parts, and this is what they more or less call the octopus assembly. Its official name is the PCV vacuum harness assembly. It costs somewhere about $100, but you get both PVC valves are already installed. You get all this rubber hosing. You basically get this whole assembly for about $100, including the 2 PCV valves. So it includes also this black pipe that goes up to the vacuum inlet on the left-hand bank. So if you buy this one part, it already has both PCV valves assembled in it. You have all new rubber hose. And so I would suggest you get this part for about $100. And then I also bought this other black plastic tubing hose that connects onto this other side of the assembly, so it's the right-hand bank. So this was about another $30. So for about 130 bucks, you get pretty much the whole octopus assembly. So this is what I'm calling option 2, and I think is the better way to go. So if you can afford $130, go this route. If that's stretching your budget and you need to go the other way, just go ahead and buy the valves themselves. But if you own an Aston Martin DB9, I'm kind of guessing you can afford the $130 route and save yourself a lot of effort. And in either scenario, you still need to buy the clamps. So don't forget to go and get your 1-inch clamp. So hopefully that's helped you out. Please check out my website, aston1936.com. I have all the part numbers spelled out there, places where you can buy them, the link on Amazon, the actual prices, all that sort of details included. Check out my next video, which is going to show you how to remove the vacuum harness assembly from the car. That's required whether you do option 1 or option 2. You've got to get the old valves out. You can't service them in the car, so you're definitely going to want to see how to remove them. If you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe to this channel, and you'll see all my videos when they come out. And if you've got something to say, please leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks very much.